I was talking to my friend who's a baker and she's having a little financial issues. I asked her what she's going to do about it. And she says, I don't know, but I'll find the dough when I need it. My name's Victor Ashley, and I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. You can reach me directly at 425-559-4590. And I really hope that you enjoy the channel. I want to say thank you again to anyone that's been supporting me, subscribing, and leaving comments. Really appreciate it. This is video 101 that I've done, including all the shorts. And I wasn't exactly sure who was going to actually like this content, but it is important because it's covering a lot of different things, from the beginning, how to buy and sell a home, and then also into a little bit of the market data that we're covering. So it covers a lot of things, from beginner to somebody that's a little more seasoned. But I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. And, I've only been on YouTube now for two months. And at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of support for this type of content. So I just really want to say thank you. And again, I'm a renter also, and I'm in real estate. I've been in real estate now almost for 2 years, and I just closed my 11th transaction. And it's a huge jump to go from a renter to a homeowner. And I know it doesn't happen every day, but I want to take a quick moment and say, hey, we're on this journey together, and I hopefully I can support you. So let's go into kind of where we're at right now in the market. So I have been covering in my videos the last couple of days, and let me share it right now on my screen. But there was a couple of reports that came out this last couple of days, and I wanted to talk about them because I've been talking about them all week. But on the national average, there's been a decline to home values. So this is home prices that are going down, so we make it clear for everybody. Home prices are going down right now, but there's a little bit of a variance in how much it's going to be going down. At the same time, real estate is completely local, so it's not dependent on anywhere else. It's completely dependent on your area, and that's the reason why I break these down by zip code. So let's go into the Redfin article that I got here. I have on my screen, published last week, that Redfin reported that home prices had declined by 1%. Now, there was another one that came out 2 days ago, and that was by the National Association of Realtors, and this is from their press release. But there's a bullet point in here that they're saying that the existing homes, so homes that are not new construction, have decreased by 0.2%. So there's a little bit of a variance between those two numbers, but at the same time, everything's local. And when we get into our zip codes in the 98087, as well as everything that's around here, you're going to notice that we've had quite a bit of a difference. So just going straight into our zip codes that we have, looking at the Lynnwood area of 98087, and it's approximately right here. So this is just south of Everett, just north of the Space Needle by 16 miles. And then at the same time, it's in between Bothell, Mill Creek, Edmonds, and Mukilteo. And this is the Lynnwood zip code. This is why I choose this Lynnwood core, is how I describe it. It's just kind of in between everything. And this is what we're specifically looking at today. And, like I was just saying, market has changed quite a bit over this last year. I have a Bloomberg article also pulled up, and it's right here, that the interest rates have gone now almost 3 full percentage points higher this year than they were last year. So just so you have an idea of how much things have changed, I wanted to give you an idea exactly where we are in the market. But going back into Lynnwood, it was kind of interesting because I've been doing this zip code review now for a couple of months, and I came up with this specific zip code, and this specific zip code was the only one that had more sales this year than they did last year. It's kind of interesting. I thought it didn't make any sense when I looked at the whole thing, but from what I can tell, it's because this zip code is a little more affordable. So that's just my hypothesis behind it. But when I compared the sales data from last year for this house, for this zip code, and this is March 1st through March 15th of 2022, I came out with a single family house, about 1,900 square feet, 3 beds, 2 bath, 7 days on market. And then it costs, last year's average, the cost ran you $866,000. Now, when we look at this year, though, there's been 29 houses that closed between the 1st of March and the 15th of March, 2023. Approximately the same size house. It was 1,950 square feet, 2 bathrooms was the average, 3 beds, and 47 days on market. So it actually increased by 40 days. So that's quite a bit of an increase, if you can tell. And then at the same time, our cost went down to buy that average house to $760,000. Now, when I did a quick comparison of just cost to cost on that based off of the square footage, it came out to $140,000 approximately, just so you know, on a decrease. That is a 15.6% decrease for this zip code directly. And I wanted to actually point that out because, like I said, the national averages were only 1%, between 1% and 0.2%, so not that much. But in this zip code alone, we've had a decrease of 15.6%. Now, when I compare the mortgages from last year, and again, this is using the approximate house, the mortgages from last year averaged at $41.91 a month. So that was last year's. That's only principals and interest. We did not include any taxes, any insurance, or any HOA fees for that. Now, this year, though, the mortgage is $47.88. And that, again, only includes your payment and your interest, does not include anything else, like your HOAs. And that increased our mortgage rate by $597. So that's $7,200 a year is what that increased by, just so you know. That is a 14% increase, even though the home prices have gone down by 15.5%. Now, I also compared that on a rent to buy. So if you came to me and you're like, hey, Victor, I want to rent that house instead of buying it now, I came out with the average rents at $3,300 to rent that house. So that means to rent this house, it's going to be, to buy this house as opposed to renting this house, is going to be 144% higher to actually buy this house than rent this house. So that's kind of the thing that I want to cover in this channel is like, hey, everybody wants to be a homeowner, but you have to go over some of these numbers to really understand, what works with your budget, what works with your family's, goals and milestones and everything like that. And at the same time, real estate is very personal. It's personal to you and you alone. So, make sure when you're going through this and you're actually, making the choice to go on the journey from being a renter to being a homeowner, that you find somebody that's in your corner and they actually want to be able to help you accomplish your goals on your own timeline. So with that, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly. My contact information is below. And at the same time, you could just leave me a like or a comment, and I'll be happy to reach out to you. And as usual, I hope that you all have a wonderful day today, and I hope you have a fantastic time. Thank you.